you doing this evening? I am so excited. Can I just say that I missed y'all so much? I'm telling you, I miss y'all from Boost. Boost is on a brief vacation, a hiatus, and we're going to be starting Boost back up on February 14th. We got a big 150-day challenge we're doing on Boost. Woo, get ready now. Open your eyes. It'll be at 4:44 a.m. every morning for 150 days, starting on Love Day, Saturday, February 14th. More info coming. Hi, peeps. Hi. So let me check in with folks that are here. Refresh your screen. I do want to let you know to refresh your screen, and you'll be able to see what's going on. Okay, let me give a shout out. Hi, Dee. Hi. Let me let everybody know. Refresh your screen and you'll see class live. All right, class started. Hi, Audi Rose. How are you? Zybell. I got an email from you. Hi, love. Audi Rose, how you doing? I got your email. Hi, boo. Adrian Gallant. Hi. D Bucket, how you doing? Love you. Kathy Woodson. Hello. Shout yourself out. Tania, I want to let you know that you do not require calling in. All you need to do is just watch right here at the screen. Let's go on. Some more shout outs. Let's hear you. Let's see you. Shout yourself out. We love when people are present and accounted for. Kathy Woodson, how you doing? Look at all these folks. Lizette Vargas, mwah, how you doing, love? How are you? Diane, I know that's you all the way up from Canada. Hi, happy to be here, Lizette. I'm happy you're here too. And oh yeah, Army Washington wants me to call my office, Army, 801-871 love. All right, Tina said, oh. Okay, you're getting ready to have dinner. Hi, Tina. Mwah, I love you, boo. Tina L. Harris said, me and my hubby just literally got home. She was hoping to watch it and participate. Watch. Well, you can still watch. Guess what? By the beauty of this, it's all being recorded. That's the beauty of this. All right, we're going to get started. How's that? We're going to get started. And before we get started, I want you to set your intention. Oh, first, let me show you. I got on my Bitcoin shirt. How you like that? Bitcoin shirt. Oh, look, a Bitcoin shirt. Do you love it? Do you love it or what? I mean, do you love it? Here's my favorite word on the Bitcoin shirt. Here's my favorite word right here on the Bitcoin shirt. Can you see this word right here? This is what tonight's class is all about. Do you see that word right here? Freedom. Freedom. That is my favorite word on the Bitcoin shirt. So let's get started. And before we get started, I got a little conversation I want to have with you about these, because this is what class is about today. Class is about money. It's about taking control of your money. It's about prosperity. It's about abundance. It's about freedom. Excuse me. It's about all these things. And I want to say something about this because I get a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails and a lot of questions, especially behind the video I have online, how to manifest money by Friday. So here is what I want to offer for you if you want to manifest money fast. Here's something I learned from an online marketing coach. It served me well. I am going to share it with you now. If you want to manifest more money, lots of money. I mean, it's fun. Call these fun tickets and not money. Call them fun tickets. So then you can get a lot of fun tickets. Don't they look like tickets anyway? They don't look like this. Stop being so serious over this stuff, right? Okay, stop. Look, let's call these fun tickets. Oh, look how many fun tickets I have. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun. Make it light. Make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Make it exuberant. Stop having your energy so tight and gunked up around, I got to get money to pay the rent. You're holding it so tight that the energy can't breathe. circulate, and come back to you as the fullness of all you require and desire in any given moment. This is all energy. Yes, it's energy. So stop getting so gunked up around this. This, boo, this right here, people people are killing people over this. Why? No. People are having heart attacks over this. People are, just lying, sleeping in a bed with somebody they don't need to be sleeping with to get these. Stop. It ain't that serious. It's not that serious. Call them fun tickets. Yay, we got lots of fun tickets. Yay, fun tickets. We're going to have fun with these fun tickets, right? And when you call them fun tickets, they lose all of that tightness. Loosen up. Enjoy yourself. Come on. Don't be so tight. All right. If you find yourself a little too tight, do something to unwind yourself. Take a few deep breaths. Let your shoulders down. Inhale, exhale. Have fun with this thing called life. Yes? All right. Give me some more shout outs, peeps. Before we get started on screen share, can I just say I have some disturbing things to say to y'all tonight. Disturbing. And I have some disruptive things to say to you tonight. And I pray I get under your skin. I pray I get under your skin in a way that's good, that will prompt you to take action. Because this is what I know about human nature. You do not take action until you are uncomfortable. And when you are uncomfortable, you'll get up and you do something about it. But if you're comfy, you'll just sit there and endure this low level of pain just because you're comfortable. Ugh. I say no being comfortable. Let's do some more shout outs and then we're going to get started with our class. If you don't know me, I'm quite wild. But anyway, let's go to our class. Let's see who else is shouting themselves out on class today. Come on, peeps, talk to me. Tayshawn Martin. Mwah. How you doing, boo? Diane says, I'm with you. I'm just not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to LOL to technology. Just proceed. I'm heading there. Good. It's all good. Thanks so much for blessing us this much. Oh, Zybel, you are such a sweetheart. You really have been cherished for this. Thank you. I love you. I really do. And let's go and get started with our class. And we're going to go on screen share so that we can get down to why you'll be using Bitcoin within 24 to 48 hours. Why in 24 to 48 hours, you probably will. 24 to 48 months. You may think that Bitcoin is something that maybe I'll participate in it, maybe I won't. And what I want to share with you is that some financial companies have already taken on Bitcoin as an underlying technology in what they do, and you could be using Bitcoin and not even know it. So we're going to talk about what Bitcoin is. Get a pen, get a paper. I'm going to give you steps. I'm going to give you resources. I'm going to give you lots of stuff to think about. I'm going to give you an opportunity to become wealthy. Yeah, you like that, don't you? I'm going to give you an opportunity to see things differently. Let's get started. So here we're going to dive in, and we're going to go on screen share, and we're going to pull up our presentation for tonight. I'm so excited. I really am. I am so excited. Okay. Let's be sure we got the right thing on screen share. Is that right? Is that coming up? Hopefully it is. Yep. Here we go. 5 reasons you'll be using Bitcoin sooner than you think. The future of money is here. It really is. I'm going to share, like I said, some pretty shocking things with you tonight. And I want you to take notes, and I want you to ask lots of questions. This is an interactive class, okay? Here's a quote for you. Anyone who is not investing now is missing a tremendous opportunity. Carlos Slim, with a net worth of $69 billion. It's not so much that his net worth is so high. It's the fact that if you want more money, it will behoove you to listen to people who have more money, who have what you want. So if you meet up with people that have what you desire and they have it in the way you desire it, best to ask them some questions and learn from your wisdom. So what I want to share with you tonight is that if you don't move and invest, you could miss a tremendous opportunity. Imagine if you had been able to invest in the internet both in 1994, before the internet hit big in 1995. Here's 3 things for the class tonight. Now, you got to have an open mind. Please, boo, if your mind is closed, you have permission to leave now because that just poisons everything. Open your mind. Take 3 deep breaths and open your mind. Number 2, you have to have a willingness to do things differently. If you're resistant to change, you'll have a hard time with what's already happening. Boo. The driverless car is getting ready to pass you in the street. So if you're not willing to do things differently, like let a car drive you around and you only press a stop and a go button, you might have a hard time in this new age. 3, the ability to take action. If you can't take action, then you've got to examine yourself, because action, and nothing is going to happen. It's not going to just fall on your head. You have to get up and do something. Yes, you have to get up and do something. All right, who am I? If we haven't met, I'm Reverend Valerie Love. I am a freedom purveyor. That means I support you in being free. If you go to my website, valerielove.com, you're going to see there inspiration, resources, and tools to set your mind, money, and life free. I want you to have a free mind. I am a Christian witch. Don't ask questions about that. Get my book, Confessions of a Christian Witch. That explained everything. Abundant living enthusiast and divine midwife of the soul's destiny. I am here to support you in birthing something miraculous. I am a minister of spiritual consciousness. I am a spiritual life coach and inspirational speaker and author of 11 books on practical spirituality. They are all on Amazon.com, and you'll also see them at valerielove.com. Who am I from a financial standpoint? I was an American Express financial planner for 7 years. I had a securities license. That's a Series 7. I also had a Series 63 and a 65. Right now they're combined and they call it a Series 66. I was also life and health insurance licensed, and I was licensed in 5 states. I am also used to formally sell life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, long-term care policies for my clients. I'm also award-winning trainer and top producer with Financial Destination Incorporated for several years. I have 20 plus years of studying and investing in financial markets and supporting clients and investing in the stock and the financial markets, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, that's exchange traded funds, UITs, that's unit investment trusts, REITs, that's real estate investment trusts, Forex, and more. I also have extensive experience with retirement plans, including Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, SEP IRAs, 401k, 403b, cash value life insurance, TSP, CSRS, FERS, and a lot more. I know about money. That's the long and short of it. So who am I really? I'm a spirituality and money gal who cares about freedom and abundance for all. That's really what I care about. I care about that you be free from the inside out. Free your mind. Free your mind, free your mind. All right, now why am I doing this class? Well, for 3 reasons. First, it's my destiny. Second, it's your destiny to be here with me. And third, hey, let's do it together. It's always more fun living your destiny with friends. What is Bitcoin? Now, before we go into what is Bitcoin, let us do, I want to come off screen share for a quick moment, and I want to share something with you before I talk about what is Bitcoin. We have a lot of people who are going to be watching tonight, who are already watching tonight. And I know that you may have a lot of questions. If questions come up in your mind, put them in the chat and we will seek to answer your questions as we go along. Fair enough? Also, I want you to understand that there is something very big going on now in the financial markets. In the financial markets, I want to give you this little tidbit of information. More venture capital, VC money, went into Bitcoin-related companies in the 4th quarter of 2014 than any other industry. What does that tell you? When people with very deep pockets begin to make very deep investments in something, does that ring a bell and say, maybe I need to pay attention? Now let's talk about when money is made. Is money made and is wealth created after everybody jumps on the bandwagon? No! Money is made and wealth is created when you find out about something before the masses, find a way through your ingenuity to get ahead of the tidal wave and ride that baby on out. That's what I'm doing. Now, I'm telling you this because 5 years from now, when we're on a free class or we're at an event or we're at a retreat or we're at a Bitcoin university or we're at a Destiny Wealth Coach, Money and Wealth Coach training, I do not want you to come up to me and say, Reverend Val, I was on your class 5 years ago, but I didn't do anything. I didn't get invested in Bitcoin. Now one Bitcoin is $10,000. And I will say, love, I won't say I told you so because that's just not a loving, compassionate thing to say. I will say, love, wait for the next big opportunity to come along. It'll only be another 15 years because big opportunities only come along once about every 20 or so years. And when I say big, I mean big, like the internet big, right? You know that the ones who took advantage of investing in the internet when the internet was a mere blip on the radar screen before anyone knew about the internet, they are multi-millionaires and billionaires now. Here is the beauty of Bitcoin. You right now can position yourself for a huge amount of wealth if you simply take a few inspired action steps, learn how this thing works, and invest according to your intuition. Your intuition will tell you how to make money. If you listen to it, it'll give you a lot more fun tickets. Isn't that what you want? You want plenty of these, right? Yeah, everybody does. Everybody wants plenty fun tickets. They want money, 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 money. Yeah, that's what they want, right? Well, guess what? Your intuition will tell you how to manifest that through energy, through turning within, through using your gifts, your skills, your talents. And next thing you know, you could be a multi-millionaire. It's not rocket science. I promise you, I know a lot of people that are very wealthy. They're not the smartest tools. Diane, when you said you're not the smartest tool in the shed, that's quite all right. You don't have to be the smartest tool in the shed when it comes to technology because it doesn't take a high IQ to do it. It takes, listen to what Bill Gates said. Bill Gates said 90% of his success was timing. I love that. And you can't control timing. He said, I was in the right place at the right time and I dived in. You see, that's the thing. You've got to dive in when you find yourself at the right place at the right time. And that's where you are right now, boo. You're at the right place in the right time. But you've got to take action. It amazes me how many people have these amazing ideas and sit on the couch and eat chips. Oh, well, but that'll never happen because they don't take action. Don't let that be you. Let's go back on screen share. Shout out your questions, comments, all of that in the chat. I'll answer your questions. Promise, I'll answer your questions tonight, okay? Just came back from the Bitcoin conference, so if you just joined me, I got my Bitcoin shirt on today. Ha, 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 ha. Don't you love it? Bitcoin, yeah. I love that. All right, let's go back on screen share, and we're going to continue with our lesson, our wonderful lesson for tonight. Let's go back to present. All right, what is Bitcoin? And I'm praying that you can see this quite all right. What is Bitcoin? Write this down. Write 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your piece of paper. 4 things I want you to write down. 1, Bitcoin is an open ledger that eliminates the need for a trusted third party. The decentralized ledger facilitates peer-to-peer transactions and solves a huge problem. Trust. Now, you might not have known this, but there was a huge problem that we couldn't solve. And the huge problem that we had was trust. Like, how can you send money to somebody and trust that it's going to get there? Well, that's why we have banks. Well, that's why we have financial services, because they are going to be the custodian in the middle. They are a trusted third party. Guess what? And for being a trusted third party, they charge you very well. Okay. I myself do not see banks as a trusted third party, but well, that's what some people say they are. I see banks a little differently, but that's on my other video. Go to my YouTube channel. You'll see what I'm talking about when I talk about banks. Bitcoin solved a huge problem, the problem of trust. Now, why was that a big problem? Because if I want to send money to you, and let's say you're in Uganda and I'm in the US, how am I going to just stuff some US greenbacks in an envelope, put it in the mail and send it to you and trust that it'll get there? Never happened. See, there are multiple points of failure along the way. And first of all, you can't even use US dollars in Uganda. And maybe if you did really receive the money days and days and days later, if we were sending it regular mail, and if it did make it through all those places, you'd still have to go and you'd have to now transact to exchange the money out of US into Ugandan dollars, whatever those are. That's a big problem. We didn't have a way to transact with each other without a third party. So the number one thing I want you to put down on your piece of paper is trust. Bitcoin makes it possible through a ledger that everyone can see for us to send money, value to each other, peer to peer, in transactions that do require a trusted third party. Ah, hallelujah. And because we no longer require a trusted third party, the transactions will automatically be faster, cheaper, and frictionless because they are moving over the internet straight from me to you. No, this is not PayPal. I'll talk about that in a moment. Number two, that's what I want you to write on your paper. Number two, Bitcoin is an asset. Can we talk about this asset? Let's do the 5-year return. So if you had invested in Bitcoin, $10 worth of Bitcoin, if you had bought $10 worth of Bitcoin in about February, March 2010, you would have bought 1,000 Bitcoin because they were about a penny each. So if you had bought $10 worth, that would be 1,000 Bitcoin. If you owned 1,000 Bitcoin today, as of earlier today, Bitcoin was at $268.23, somewhere in the 200s. Your $10 investment, who can't afford $10? Nobody watching this program. You all can afford way more than that. A $10 investment now 5 years later would be over $250,000. That's real money. People are saying, oh, but Bitcoin, don't they use that to buy drugs? Stop asking that question because drug dealers are very astute people. They only accept real value. I would offer that if a drug dealer will take the money, it's real money because drug dealers are astute professionals. I don't necessarily agree with their product, but that's not for me to say. That's up to them. What I can say is that a drug dealer is not going to take potato chips from you more than likely for an ounce of weed. Probably not. He's probably, or she probably is going to ask you for money or something of value. So if you could use Bitcoin to buy weed, which people have done, doesn't that mean it really is money? Because I don't know too many drug dealers that are going to accept something that's not real for their real goods that they are selling. So let's eliminate that. Here's the other question people ask. Well, here's the other answer to that question. Well, don't people use Bitcoin to buy drugs illegal on the internet? Let me ask you a question. Do people use the US dollar to buy drugs illegally? Yes. Does that stop you from using the dollars that are in your pocket? No. What does it have to do with you? Nothing. 3, Bitcoin is a currency. So you actually, in addition to it being a ledger, in addition to it being this payment system, in addition to it being a network and an asset, it is also a currency. So you can actually use it instead of money. It is a very real, elegant replacement for money. Bitcoin is also a commodity, something that can be bought and sold and traded on the equities markets. Let's go further. This is what John Templeton said. The time of maximum pessimism is the best time to buy, and the time of maximum optimism is the best time to sell. So what is he talking about here? He's talking about when people say, oh, I don't want to buy Bitcoin because the price is going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's too volatile. Do you realize that a Forex trader will make more money in a volatile market than a flat market any day? Do you realize that people who are astute when it comes to money and investing love volatility? They can make more money in volatility in a short period of time than they can in a flat market. Come on now. All right, let's go into what reason number one of why you'll be using Bitcoin sooner rather than later. And I really hope you make it sooner after you hear this. This is reason number one, Ferguson and guns. Let's talk about that right now for a moment. And I'm going to come off screen share for a moment so that we can talk a little bit deeper about this. And I want to really look at you face to face and chat about this Ferguson and guns thing, because this thing is so close to my heart. And it's really an important conversation that we have to have. So I'm going to go on to screen and Cordita, LOL. Hi, Cordita. Hi, Carol. How you doing? Kimberly Branch, how you doing? Boom. Hi, love. I love you. I'm so glad you're here. I'll give you a big hug if I can see you. Crazy, Galen. I have the same. What does that mean? Okay, Latoya. Hi, Latoya. How you doing? Audi Rose. How much money do you have to invest? Can you utilize your TSP? Oh, what a great question. I'll answer that question. Investing ASAP. No such thing as time, only now. Thank you, girl. You are a girl after my own heart. I love that. Chrissy, yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Let's go further. Hey, Esther. Hi, boo. Hello, hello, hello. I'm excited to learn. This is so exciting. Oh, Kimberly, I'm so glad to be under your tutelage once again. Girl, I miss you. I love you. I'm so thankful you're here. I really am. It always excites me when students come back. All right, I want to talk to you about guns for a minute and Ferguson. And I'm going to be real blunt and honest with you about this. The judicial system in these United States has clearly communicated to everyone in these United States that they can legally shoot and kill anyone at any time and not pay for it. If that sounds shocking to you, look at the news. They have so much as said to you, hey, Maddie, how you doing? One of our wealth coaches just joined us. One of our graduated wealth coaches just joined us. I want to stress this to you. We keep seeming to think that we are going to get an indictment when a police officer kills someone on the street. Whether they be black or white is not the point in this moment. In this moment, I want you to understand that the law of this land that we live in, as it currently is that they will use fiat currency, which is the dollars they print off every day by the Federal Reserve System. A book I want you to read is The Creature of Jekyll Island, so that you can understand the formation and creation of the Federal Reserve System. They pump out money. The money is used to buy guns. They take the guns and they equip local police departments with SWAT-like militarized weaponry. Now, why would a local police officer need a militarized approach for common citizens? These are not even combat situations. These are common citizens. Yes? And the government and the powers that be have so much as communicated to you, to me, to all of us, that they will shoot and kill and can anyone that they deem a threat on any street at any given time. And they will not pay for it, and they will not go to jail. Now, that doesn't sit well with me. I'll give you a solution in a moment. If it doesn't sit well with you, we have a solution that you will more than be happy to take. Why does that system exist? It exists because the ego consciousness of separation and control has taken over, run amok, right? It's an old system that's passing out. Let's put it this way. Right now, the U.S. has it out for brown people, you know, across the world. They want to kill Islamic people all over, extremist Islamic people. Now, before we go into that, before they can go and kill anyone in another country or anywhere, at home or and abroad, because the U.S. is waging two wars. They're waging a war at home upon its own citizens, which we have seen, and it is waging a multiple wars across the world, and right now they seem to be focused on brown people and killing brown people. Now, where do all the guns come from? Where does all the militarization come from? All of this, hey Robin, how you doing, boo? Mwah! How are you, sweetheart? I'm so excited. I'm breaking down now, you know, what goes on in this country. People, we've got to wake up. We've got to wake up, right? So the militarization comes from the creation of these fun tickets. This is fiat currency. This is what they use. They print up a bunch of it, and then they take it and they give it to soldiers. Now, let me ask you a question. If you didn't pay soldiers, how long would soldiers keep shooting people? Not very long. And if you didn't have a constant, continuous creation of fiat currency to create guns, how long before that system would fall? Wouldn't be very long before that system would fall. Why is Bitcoin different? Because Bitcoin it's not controlled by any country or government. It does not belong to any country or government. It belongs to, I want to show you something real funny on this paper. Actually, it's not paper, it is cotton. It's cotton with a blue dye on it. I want to show you something on this. You can see it real well on this fun ticket. Okay, do you see what this says? We the people. Now, can I ask you a question? Did you make up any of these? I didn't. Did you make up any of these, Robin?
Nope.
No, if we did, that'd be illegal, right? I didn't make up any of these. You can't make them up. That's the law, right? The law is right. You cannot make these up, right? But why does it say we the people? This doesn't belong to we the people, right? But that's what it says, we the people. This is a joke. We the people. Okay. Now, this does not belong to we the people. This belongs to the government. It says right up here, Federal Reserve note. All you got to do is read the money and look at everything that it says, and you'll get a very good education on what it is. It says right up here. It doesn't even say money. It says Federal Reserve note. Can you see that? Where does it say it? Federal Reserve note. It's in the dark part up here. Okay, see where it says Federal Reserve note. Do you see it? Can you see it now? And that is letting you know that this is a product of the Federal Reserve. Once again, if you don't know what the Federal Reserve is, I want you to go to the Audible or Amazon.com. I got it on Audible because I love listening to books. Go to Audible or Amazon.com and get Creature of Jekyll Island so you can find out where this came from. It's quite shocking. And why this, when you woke up this morning, was worth one thing, and by the time you go to bed tonight will be worth a different thing, because there is a thief of your money. They keep printing billions of these every day. Billions, 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 which dilutes the value of this, which causes your value to go like this. Shrink, 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 shrink. Okay? This is why Bitcoin is a natural solution. It doesn't belong to a country. It doesn't belong to a government. It truly belongs to we, the people. So I just want to get that clear. That you can protest in the streets if you like. You can riot because they have rioted, and really the only thing that rioting does is it messes up your own neighborhood. Tomorrow you can't buy eggs. If you really want to change the world, okay, if you really want to change the world, I'm going to tell you how to do it right now. Speak in the language that the people who are in power understand. This is this is their language, baby. Right in the streets, that ain't their language, because guess what? They still in their lovely mansions. Yes? Am I speaking truth or what? They are still in their lovely mansions, doing quite okay with their Audis and Mercedes and Beamers and Teslas tucked neatly in their garages, not giving and looking at you on TV. Wow, look at those fools rioting in the streets. You want to make a change. Speak the language they understand. That's money. Yes? That's money. Now, how do you vote with your dollars and with your feet? If all of us in this country stopped using this tomorrow and started using Bitcoin, even tonight, if all of us in this country stopped using that today, I call it blood money. So I'm taking myself completely off fiat currency by December 2016. I will be completely off. You won't be able to pay me with fun tickets like this anymore. You will be paying me in Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin. Those are the cryptocurrencies that we accept. This is a quote from a very wise man. He said, "Put me in charge, give me control of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws." Woo! Isn't that revealing? Put me in charge of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws. Are you feeling what I'm talking about, Luna? Talk to us now. We've got to ascend our consciousness. We got to do something different.
Yes, we do. It sounds wonderful from what I've heard from you so far.
Yeah, and you know what the beauty of Bitcoin is? It's so much cheaper, easier, and so much more faster to use than any payment system on the planet. I'm happy to make the switch from fiat blood money, basically fiat blood money, to Bitcoin, a global currency that truly does belong to we the people, truly does, because it's not controlled by any country or any government or any centralized. It is completely decentralized. It belongs to everybody who uses it. It belongs to all of us. Now, how do you feel about something like that?
I don't know. That makes me happy.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good?
Yeah.
And you know what I realized, Luna, and all our peeps watching? I realized that Bitcoin came out of our ascended consciousness. Yes, we have ascended our consciousness to create Bitcoin because we wanted to go beyond nation states. You know, I think our grandkids will laugh at us and say, "Wait a minute, Mom, Grandma, tell us that story again about how every time you passed a border, you had to change your money in. Oh, wait a minute, now I'm in Canada. Let me change it over. And then, oh, wait a minute, now I'm in Europe. Wait a minute, what do y'all use here? Euro, pounds? Okay, let me get some of that. Oh, now I'm in Australia. Oh, what do y'all use here? Australian dollars. Okay, now I'm in South Africa. Oh, y'all got rand down here. Okay, okay, oh, where am I now? What do we all use here? I mean, it is crazy. Isn't that crazy? In the internet age. Not to mention all those money systems. That's the old consciousness, and it is swiftly going bye-bye. Let's get some questions and answers from our peeps that are on the line. I want to hear what our peeps are saying because I know they probably got lots to say about this and lots of questions. This is hot. The creature of Jekyll Island, thank you. Howdy Rose for putting that up there. You better get that book. The Creature of Jekyll Island will open your eyes. We've got to wake up. We've got to wake up. Yes, Valerie, say it, girl. By the way, I love fun tickets. You love that, right? Raven the Awaited. Yeah, we love fun tickets. Love fun tickets. So really, we've got to wake up. And the reason that I'm here is for us to wake up. So if you don't like how the cops can just shoot people down in the streets, let me share with you something about prosecuting attorneys and grand juries and why there's no indictment and why no indictments and why our consciousness of freedom will be the first thing to solve it. And then you, from your consciousness of freedom, then making a conscious choice to exit blood money and the system that kills people with no remorse. I feel bad about this is why I pray for the police officers that got off, for Eric Garner, for our brother Mike Brown, and for Trayvon Martin. The Trayvon Martin, of course, was not a police officer. This is why I feel bad for the ones who were the perpetrators, why I pray for them as well. They have incurred heavy karmic debt. From a soul perspective, they have incurred heavy karmic debt, and they're getting no correction for it in this lifetime. So since they're not getting any correction for it, do you know how heavy the karmic debt is when you kill a person? That's heavy karmic debt. And when you get heavy karmic debt and you don't have any accountability in this lifetime to tell you, no, don't do that, or when you feel like you don't have to pay the price for it, that is very damaging to a soul. So pray for all of them. Pray for everyone in the experience, because trust me, it goes it's bigger than the cops on the street. This is a snake that you have to kill from the head. The cops on the street are the feet patrol for a bigger system. So you can't be mad at the cops on the street. They have been indoctrinated to do the thing that they're doing. You, from your consciousness of freedom, you can make a new world. And it only takes one or two of us to make a new world, right? You can make a new world, and you can make a new world by saying, from my consciousness of freedom, I choose to opt out of fiat currency, and I choose to opt into the Bitcoin ecosystem. I'll tell you how to do that in a moment. It's so simple, so easy. Matter of fact, we won't even wait to tell you that part. So easy. All you got to do is go get a wallet. Get a Bitcoin wallet. Matter of fact, do like I did and try out a whole bunch of them. Go to circle.com. Go to coinbase.com. Go to blockchain.info.com. This is not a recommendation for any of them. These are resources to check out. Explore, learn, educate yourself, free your mind, and the rest will follow. Yes? Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Yes?
Yeah.
Free your mind. You think I'm waking some folks up today? I told them I was going to be talking about some disturbing, disruptive stuff. Let's talk about prosecuting attorneys next. What say you, Luna Sunstar? What say you? I'm on fire.
Yes, you are. I was just saying, you're doing a fantastic job. I think you're waking some folks up.
Wake them up, because we can't afford to be sleeping. People are dying on the streets. You can't afford to be sitting in your house, cozy, comfy house, watching some people on TV and not knowing what to do about it. There's a lot you can do about it. You have the power. We, the people, you have the power. But you've got to educate yourself and learn for your mind, right? Here's the deal with indictments. Why you're not going to get an indictment. I wasn't surprised when we didn't get indictments. Were you really expecting that they were going to indict those police officers? No. Here's why. What is a grand jury? It's supposed to be a jury of your peers, right? But I haven't seen that very often. Now, if they have a drug dealer on trial, a jury of his peers, if you think about it, should be other drug dealers, right? And are any of them going to convict him? Probably not, right? If they're his buddies. I mean, a jury of your peers, really? This is the first fallacy. That you're not getting a jury of your peers. You're getting a jury of the selection of the prosecuting attorney. Who is the prosecuting attorney on the side of? He is on the side of the state, works for the state. The police commissioner. Who does the prosecuting attorney need to be on his side in order for him to get criminals put away? He needs the police. Do you really think that these people that he is on the same side of now, these are on the prosecuting side, then on the other side of the courtroom we have the defendant side, right? This is supposedly where the criminals are. A grand jury comes in. Who chooses the grand jury? The prosecuting attorney. The prosecution. So the prosecuting attorney is the only one, the only officer of the court that the grand jury has to connect with, to talk with, to speak with. He teaches them about this process. He takes them through the process. He or she, prosecuting attorney, takes them through the process, and he or she is the one that the grand jury sees and connects with. The prosecutor also decides what evidence is going to be introduced to that grand jury and what evidence is not. Prosecuting attorney also decides what subpoenas are going to be issued and what subpoenas are not. Prosecuting attorney also decides what witnesses will be called before the grand jury and which ones will not. Can you see that the prosecuting attorney is the pivot point person, is the point person in this whole situation? So now you're asking the prosecuting attorney, even if he or she was really straight and really towing the line and really honest, you're still asking that person a big precarious job to put some of their buddies on the criminal side. That's probably not going to happen. You're probably not going to get police to go on the criminal side. They've already murdered people and not gone on the criminal side, and it's not likely they're going to go on the criminal side. What do you do with a system like that? You've got to free your mind, and you've got to work with what they understand. The higher ups, this is a money system, mind control, money control, and like I said earlier, if give me control of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws, because you'll pretty much own everybody. There's a lot you can do about it, and you can change it. Yes? You can change it. So I'm offering you one way to change it. Let's go back on screen share so that we can continue on. So we're probably not going to get indictments. You got to go at that thing from a whole different way. Don't go at things in ways that it doesn't work. Go at it from a way that will work. Okay? Go at it from a way that will work. So that's, lastly, I want to ask you about this whole guns thing. Who owns you? Who owns you? Do you own you? If you own you, then you know that no one can tell you what to do, where to go, or when or how. Every person is a sovereign being. Yet we have been kind of hoodwinked into believing that people somehow have ownership over us or sovereignty or authority over us. A police officer doesn't have authority over you. Why? He or she was created by God just like you are created by God. What makes that person have authority over you? Nothing. I was listening to an anarchist, or maybe a voluntarist, one of those, and he was talking. And he says, I love to go through the customs line and just mess with the customs agents. He said, because some of them really think that they have authority over you. Like when you come through customs, you ever notice how they act? They act like they have authority over you. Even when a police officer stops you, he or she acts like they're the boss of you. They don't own you. You're the boss of you. So here we have, he says he goes through the customs line, and the TSA agent says to him, "What's your father's name?" He says, "What's your father's name?" And he said, they look at him like, what? Like, what makes you think you have the right to interrogate me? Well, where do you go to school? Where'd you go to school? And he says, whatever question they ask him, he just answers right back. Like, you don't have any authority over me. I'm moving through this country. You can look at the papers, do your job, but don't think you're the boss of me. I want to shift your thoughts to knowing that you are the boss of you. You're a sovereign being. You're free. Free your mind and stop thinking that police are the boss of you. They're not. And stop thinking a president is the boss of you or a country or a state. They're not. Number two, let's talk about stripping and why women do it. So I was watching a show on TV. I was watching this show called Lisa Ling. I love her shows. And she was doing this thing on sugaring, getting a sugar daddy. I said, oh my God, I have a sugar daddy. His name is God. But anyway, they were talking about sugaring. That's my sugar daddy is God. Let me tell you. Will never make you do anything beneath your dignity, that's for sure. So they were talking about sugaring, and there were two strippers on there. They were having a conversation with the strippers in the beginning, and the two strippers were talking, and one was saying that she is stripping because she didn't have much money, and they were offering her lots of money, so she went to this club, and she hopes to make like $2,500 that night. And the other one was like, I'm gonna give it all I have because I really need this money, $2,000. And I really got to see the socioeconomic causes of stripping and why women do it. Now, I do understand there are women who probably love stripping. I'm not talking to them. You love stripping, and if we put $1 million in all the strippers' bank accounts tonight, how many of them would go to work tomorrow? If you would still go to work tomorrow, working in your strip club, if you would still hit the pole, go right ahead. God bless you. You love it. Have at it, girlfriend. Do whatever, right? Do whatever floats your boat. It don't matter to me. Be the best darn stripper you can be, right? Be all you can be in America. But if you are in the other category of stripping because of poverty and desperation, I can relate. I've been there. Women that are in a very desperate place, this is a socioeconomic cause of stripping and why women do it. There are men that have money, so the men will give the women money. And so women and men make deals that may or may not be advantageous for the woman. So really, for me, ending poverty among women everywhere, but especially on the continent of Africa, is my end goal. That's my end goal. That's my passion, my love. I'll tell you a story from Richard Branson. Richard Branson was on a safari in Africa, and he was at one of the safari resort centers. They're beautiful. I've stayed at one. Gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful. Right in the middle of the plains of Africa, right? You got wild animals all around you. It's quite amazing. I woke up in the middle of the night. I heard hooves outside the door. I was scared the living daylights out of me. I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, we're in the middle of a stampede. I was scared out of my wits. But mind you, hearing a stampede of people's feet outside wouldn't scare me because I'm from Harlem, New York. We're used to that. But anyway, here was a woman, African woman, who said to Richard Branson, he was there relaxing, on safari. She said to him, I need $300 from you. He said, what? For what? She said, because I have a sewing machine. I want to buy a sewing machine. Because I have fabric, I'm going to buy the fabric. I'm going to buy the sewing machine. I'm going to sew the outfits. I'm going to sell the outfits. I'm going to have a business. She outlined her whole business plan to him. And she said, and from you, I need $300. Because they told me you're rich. You won't even miss it. She told him straight up. He said, he did not leave there without that woman having her $300. By the time he left there, she had her $300. And he could really appreciate that. And I love that. And what I know about women is that women have this ingenuity and creativity that if you gave us at least a let's call it a seed, yes, a seed to work with, we can plant that seed and grow a whole grove of mango trees. Bitcoin is a solution for that, because now for the first time in the history of humanity, you can send money across the globe from U.S. to Africa with no governments involved, no banks involved. Instantaneously, you'll do the transaction, and in seconds, it'll pop up. The money will pop up on the other side of the world without Western Union, without an $80 fee. That excites me. Oh my God, that excites me. So if you won't do it for yourself, do it for the women who may be in sticky situations, desperate situations, poverty situations that cause anybody really to maybe make choices that are poor choices or choices that are not self-honoring, self-affirming. Yes? Here is a quote. The older I get, the more I see a straight path where I want to go. If you're going to hunt elephants, don't get off the trail for a rabbit. T. Boone Pickens wrote that. He's a net worth of $1.4 billion. This is what I want to share with you. If you're going to go after an elephant, stay focused. Don't run off the path for a rabbit. Next, how can Bitcoin solve the energy issue? Well, now, did you realize that you could put a solar panel on your roof and you could sell energy to anybody in the world as long as there's the internet and the blockchain? Can you imagine that? What's the blockchain? The blockchain is the network that makes Bitcoin possible. It's the open ledger. That means that you could now transact business with people all over the world. Everybody needs and uses energy. Explore it. Next, I want to talk to you about the Internet of Things. What is the Internet of Things? The Internet of Things is about to blow your mind. I'm telling you, when I tell you that these tidal waves are coming, that will bowl you over if you are not part. You could either be out in front of the tidal wave benefiting from it, or you'll be run over by it. The Internet of Things refers to the ever-growing network of physical objects that feature an IP address for internet connectivity, and the communication that occurs between these objects and other internet-enabled devices and systems. What does that really mean? The IoT uses data that's not input by humans. That means it puts a chip in something like a cow, and that cow can now have an IP address on the internet, and a farmer can regulate without leaving the other side of town what the condition of that cow without going back out in the pasture and looking at the cow. This is incredible. This data is not communicated by humans. It doesn't need humans. It's M to M, machine to machine. It eliminates human error. It eliminates inaccuracy and time constraints. But what does that mean for you? That means that soon your house, your car, all these other things are going to live on the internet. So guess what the car manufacturers are creating right now with Bitcoin, the blockchain? That they will put your car on the blockchain as in the Internet of Things, and if you don't pay your car note, forget about repo. They'll just put a little signal through the internet that the chip that's in your car will turn your car off and lock the door. You won't be able to open that car or use that car until you pay your car note. Hello.
Hey, that was
now,
me.
The bank. What do you got to say about that?
Ooh, the implications of this are really huge.
Come on, screen share for yes. So anything to say about that? Let me come off screen share for a minute. And I want to look at our peeps that are online. I want to hear your comments. Let's hear your comments. Comments. Questions, and comments. Let's hear them. All right. Questions and comments. Oh, so there's a company that sells solar panels. You don't even need a company. This is a great thing that I want you to understand. And Audi Rose, this is an excellent question. You don't need a company. So when I say free your mind, I want you to get to the place where you're thinking peer to peer. We've been so need somebody else to do things for us. We need a company, or we need a bank to hold our money, or we need a secure place, or some trusted third party to do it for us. And what I'm offering to you is that your mind must radically change from the mindset of needing people to do things for you to you doing it. So for instance, when it comes to your Bitcoins, your money, you are now in charge of your money. You are now the custodian of your money, and you can keep it anywhere you want. You can secure it any way you want. This is very different from the bank. Because the bank, Tina says, I was just saying that the implications for this are huge. Huge! I mean, if you got to get this thing like right now. Huge! All right? Very huge. And what I'm saying is, you can invest in these kinds of ideas. You can come up with an idea in your own mind and create significant wealth for yourself. Right now, see, this window is closing. Every day it's getting smaller, 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 right? So soon you will not have this opportunity. So Audi Rose, there's a company that sells solar panels. There are many companies that sell solar panels, and not saying that you would use any particular one. What I'm saying is open your mind to the possibilities and begin to create your own wealth and money out of your own imagination. That's what we're talking about tonight, okay? Cornita, if you don't have a wallet, please use this link. This one is for Coinbase. And Cornita, thank you for sharing that link. I'm going to say, we do not recommend any particular wallet. Do your own due diligence, okay? This is your money. Take a few moments, take time to study. What is a wallet? What does it do? How does it work? I do have a Coinbase wallet. I have a Circle wallet. I have a blockchain.info wallet. But I will tell you this, Coinbase is not my favorite. And here's why. Coinbase and Circle are not my favorite. I prefer blockchain.info. And here's why. Because Coinbase and Circle, well, actually Coinbase, not so much Circle. I believe Circle works the same way. Coinbase is a custodian of your Bitcoins. So what that means is that once again, you're giving your money to a third party to hold. Coinbase now also, as of today, is an exchange in something like 22 states, I believe. So it is not wise to keep Bitcoins in an exchange. We'll talk about that in another class, but right now I want to let you know that if you really want to look for some great wallets, do some research, look around. I don't recommend any particular one because I don't have liability for you and your money. You have responsibility for you and your money. I also want to let you know that blockchain.info works differently than the others because blockchain.info, which I'll show you on screen share, we'll go to it. Blockchain.info. When you go there, they do not hold, they don't ever have control of your Bitcoins. There's simply a software that allows you to access your Bitcoins. They don't take custody of your Bitcoins. Works differently. They actually are a custodian, and they take custody of your Bitcoins like a bank. I would recommend that. All right. Tina, how you doing, girlfriend? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey,
This
doing
class
great.
was so good you had to get in.
I hurried up.
So good. What'd you say?
I said I hurried up and finished dinner.
Fascinating, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah,
I can't see
it's
it amazing or what?
Mm-hmm.
It's something. Yeah, it's something. On screen share again, and it looks like we're having a little tech difficulty, but that's okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to go back on screen share, and while we're on screen share, I want to
Oh, Val dropped out for a minute. She'll be back.
Hi, Tina.
Hey, sis. How you doing?
Fine. I can't see you though.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see you.
You can see me?
Yeah, now you're on the big screen, but I just lost you on the little screen on the bottom. Oh, and there comes Val. Yay. Yeah, we definitely have to connect soon.
Yes. Oh, I guess she didn't come back on.
Yeah,
That
see
seems
our
weird.
icon.
remove it. Okay, let's go to blockchain.info so that we can look at that, and then we'll wrap up in a moment or two with answers to your questions, okay?
Oh, blockchain.info.
There we go. If you go to, very, very easy, blockchain.info, you see the moment by moment transactions. Because remember, Bitcoin is completely transparent. You can see everyone sending whatever they're sending to whomever they're sending it to. And see what you find here are addresses. So these are the latest transactions that are happening on Bitcoin, and these are the addresses. So it's not quite, so it's not completely anonymous. We call it pseudonymous. Now, if we go to valerielove.com, I'll give you an example of a Bitcoin address so that you really get a good idea about it. So if you go to valerielove.com, once you get there, there's a little drop down next to money. And okay, it's taking a minute to load. But at any rate, I want to show you what a Bitcoin address looks like. And once you open your wallet, you'll get a Bitcoin address. And then what you do is you share it because it's almost like an email address. So, of course, someone to send you an email. So if you want someone to send you Bitcoin, you give them your address. And the address is not private. Now, what is private are the private, what we call keys, once you get the Bitcoin. Okay, so money, and you go to Bitcoin. And I would recommend that you go right here to these 10 must-see Bitcoin vids. But go to that page anyway. We'll go there right now because I want to show you what this address looks like. And by the way, please do watch these Bitcoin vids. You see this right here? I'll blow it up a little bit more. Hey, a tip, yay. See this right here? This is an address. That's a Bitcoin address. So now, if you look at it, it looks like gobbledygook, right? That's the address. It doesn't look like anything sensible. You don't know that's me, do you? No, of course not. It doesn't have Valerie Love in there anywhere. You send money to that address, I get it. Period. No fees. Well, we pay like 5 cents for the miners because the miners are the ones who are doing the transactions. But so simple. I also want to tell you about this company right here, Tip Me. I love CoinTip. I love them because there you can use tips. Hey, somebody tip me. You have lovely. You can use CoinTip. I think it's CoinTip. CoinTip. Yeah, I believe that's the name of it. You can use them to receive tips on the internet for your content. So if you're a blogger, if you have a video channel, and trust me, people do tip you and people do send you Bitcoin if you put your address out there. You will receive it. All right, while that's pulling out, I'm going to go and finish up our presentation with the Internet of Things. I want you to get your juices going. And I want you to imagine if everything in your house was on the Internet of Things. You could be out somewhere and somebody could be robbing your house and you find out about it. And you could move a chair remotely. Or flip the TV on and really freak them out. Or do all kinds, just play with people's minds while you're not even at your house. You could be on the other side of the world. Because your house and everything in it could be on the Internet of Things. That means every item in your house can be on the Internet of Things. Every lamp, every chair. That means if somebody stole it, how easy would it be to find it? You just look up where it is on the Internet. So this is truly, this is the Jetsons, all right? Let's go to the reason next. The older I get, the more I see a straight path where I want to go. If you're going to hunt elephants, don't get off the trail for a rabbit. We already did that. Lastly, here's the end of poverty and war. You have it within yourself to end poverty and war. Once we end this, we'll answer questions and we'll wrap it up. Because Bitcoin is borderless, that means it doesn't belong to any country. It's nationless, doesn't belong to any nation. It's decentralized, that means everybody can use it anywhere, everywhere, anytime, 24/7. It's peer-to-peer, that means directly from me to you and you to me. It means we have within our hands the means to finally end poverty and war, because we finally have the separation of state and money. We needed that separation of money and state. We finally have that. Lastly, this is what I want you to do. I want you to consider this, what Woodrow Wilson said. You are not here merely to make a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand. If you forget that you're on an errand and you forgot what your errand is, that's when you get impoverished. If you remember why you're here and you're here on purpose, you'll never be impoverished. Where do you go from here? I want you to go to bitcoinuniversity.info. Bitcoin University is my school. That's a new, fun, untechnical school to learn Bitcoin. It is an in-person school only. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Right now, I want you to also understand that if you go to bitcoinuniversity.info, you will see there how to become a certified money and wealth coach, which our class that we have going on right now, doors close January 31st. So if you don't get in before January 31st, the doors will close on you. I want to show, oh, there we are, Change Tip. Thank you. That was the name of it, Change Tip. And I want to show, open an account, play with this stuff. All these accounts are free. Just open them up and poke around. You haven't even put any money in anything yet. Just open them up, open your mind, yes? Here's Change Tip. This is what I love about Change Tip. It shows you right here that you can, in one fell swoop, you can tip Valerie Love. Isn't that lovely? Just put in the amount and that's it. Or you can tip directly with Bitcoin. Look how easy that is. There's my face right there. Isn't that lovely? I love that. Now bloggers get paid for blogging. Come on, people. You can use them for your benefit. Lastly, I want to show you where on here you can register for Money and Wealth Coach training. Go to Money, become a certified money and wealth coach. This is an incredible, incredible group that we have with us in this class of coaches. I love this group of coaches. And if you go there, it'll show you exactly how you can join us. You have until January 31st. Please, 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 if you have any questions, call my office. We just started on January 7th. Call my office, 801-871-LOVE, so that you can join us to become a certified money and wealth coach. All right, let's go to questions. Kimberly Branch, that IoT technology is in effect right now. Hello. People are already using the Internet of Things. You having technical difficulties because the energy is off the charts. No, that's right. That's right, Kimberly. I know that's right. That is the truth. Can you tell that I am so excited about this? Do you know what this means? This means our prayers have been answered. This means that we now get to change the world. No longer is your money in the hands of somebody else and your wealth in the hands of somebody else. No longer are you a servant to the state. All of us before were servants to the state in some form of fashion. Now you can truly become wealthy, and that wealth is really yours with Bitcoin. Unbelievable. Never been before. Never, ever has been before. The government can't touch it. The IRS can't touch it. No nation can touch it. It's yours. Only you control it. Is that amazing? Tina, what you think? What you thinking about? I love your hair. You look amazing.
Thank you, thank you. Had to do a new do for the new year. Wow, you just opened up a whole nother level of understanding currency and wealth, and yes, I've got notes here, and boy, I got a lot to do in a week.
I love it. I love it. What's most outstanding to you? Is there something that kind of stands out as most interesting or fascinating to you?
I think it was, well, the Internet of Things that kind of piqued my interest, and it's kind of like my husband kind of dabbles with that anyway, as far as controlling things electronically in the house remotely. So I can see how, that's why I said the implications for doing that on a broader scale. And yeah, it's like, just like you said at the beginning, I'm just thinking of different ways to, like you said, introduce these concepts to other people and just really helping them, like you said, break out of that box, you know.
Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of conditioning in our mind. We believe that people should be taking care of our money. We believe that we have to give our money over to banks. We believe that we can't transact peer to peer. And the internet is changing all of that. We can transact peer to peer. And on the blockchain, there is a couple that actually got married on the blockchain because the blockchain records everything. And can you imagine, you will soon have birth certificates on the blockchain. Soon we won't need paper, and all of it will be handled by the Bitcoin blockchain. The blockchain is really the extraordinary breakthrough in technology for Bitcoin, even more than the money. Now the money, because I'm a money gal and because I understand all the pain of PayPal and sending money through the mail and international exchange and all of that, because I understand all that, Bitcoin is like it's like a breath of fresh air. I mean, there's nothing like, you see the money here, you see an account here, you press a button, the money goes from here to here in seconds. Like, oh snap, like next to free. That means if I wanted to send you right now $250,000, Tina, it wouldn't cost me the enormous fees the bank would charge and 3 to 5 days to send you $250,000, right? You can't move $250,000 fast. You cannot. You can't move $1 million fast. But as you can see at blockchain.info, people are moving large amounts of money like that.
On a continual basis.
Just like that. Every second. While some people are just sleeping in their beds. Y'all better wake up and make this money.
I'm with you on that.
Come on now. You see what I'm seeing? I'm looking at this every day. Oh my God, every day I'm looking at this stuff. This Bitcoin thing has got me going because the implications to end war and poverty in my lifetime, that makes me so happy I can't even contain myself. Luna Sunstar, what's your thoughts before we wrap up?
I think it sounds wonderful. I'm definitely going to check it out. I definitely am going to check it out.
Mm-hmm. Here's the last thing I'm going to leave with y'all. When my grandson was born, you know, I had my latest little grandbaby a couple of weeks ago. Well, he's already a month. Good Lord, he's already over a month. He was born December 17th. His birth certificate came in the mail while I was staying with the family in Philly, right? And I said, look at his birth certificate. Look how they already made him an indentured servant in their books. They have his name in all caps. Now, do you notice that whenever your name is in all caps, it is your straw man. It's not the real you, right? It's the corporation that the government has created to now enter into agreements with you to put you into debt, and hence indentured servitude, right? So many people don't know that you, your person, no one can hold a debt against you, your person. That's illegal. That's not allowed. Your person cannot be a charge to debt. Now, because people, there can be no debt against people, only against corporations. So they make you into a corporation at your birth. Or when you get your social security number. So they put your name in all caps, and this is you, the corporation. So now when they send mail to you, your name is in all caps. This is not you, your person, Valerie Love. This is the corporation that they've created so that they can put debt on you and create you as a cog in the wheel, an indentured servant. No, thank you. I'm not interested in that. I am not interested in that. And I will tell as many people as I can so that they can be free of how the constructs in this world work, so that they will not be subject to anything but God. Amen?
Amen.
And let the church say amen. That's out. That's it. I'm out. Peace. Love y'all. Mwah. Visit me online at ValerieLove.com. Join us in the coaching program. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I love y'all. Be blessed.
Love you.